Hello there, my name is Salmons and I teach on the English programme at St Mary's University. Last year, St Mary's developed a new curriculum framework. Part of that detailed assessment literacies and how and why we assess students. What I do here at St Mary's when I teach is I try and convey to students the importance of assessment and what assessment actually means. So this could come in various different forms. I might talk to students about how they achieve certain grades, what those grade descriptors are. So how do you go from getting 40% in an assessment to perhaps moving up through a grade boundary into 50%? So we would go through things with you such as the language that's used in assessment criteria. So what do we mean when we say rigorous understanding of an assessment or a subject, rigorous understanding or fluency of writing? What exactly does this mean to a student? So these are the things that we would focus on. What do we mean when we say critical thinking? You know, what does critical thinking mean and how do you apply that to an assessment? So these are the things that I talk about with students and that are really, really key to a student understanding exactly what it is that they are being asked to do. So this year we developed what we call a rubric, which could be linked to a Turnitin assignment on Moodle, and a student can look to see exactly what the criteria is that they should be achieving and they know what they're working to. They can also use this for feedback. So we would talk to students about what feedback is, how they can expect to receive feedback in an oral form, in a literary form. It could be written down, it could be recorded. But really what we want to do is make sure that students really understand what we call the literacy of academic work, that they know that when we say to them, okay, you need to be a little bit more critical, that they really understand what that means and what we're asking them to do. The other thing that the curriculum framework looked at was what we call soft skills. And one of the key elements of soft skills is emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence is really important. And it's something that a student will take with them, not just through their university life, but into their work life, into their personal lives. And what this is about is being able to work with people, to be able to empathise with other people, to communicate. And we develop this through things like group work, group presentations, but also just about communicating with students. So the lecturer to the student understanding what the lecturer wants, and the lecturer understanding what the student wants and how the student may feel. And that emotional literacy works in in a kind of give and take situation. So it's not just the lecturer expecting it from the student, but the student equally expecting it from a lecturer too. So all of this really builds the student up into, a kind of holistic, what we would call person who's going to go out into society and have these skills that they can apply to any situation that they may find themselves in, their personal lives, employability, whatever it is that they want to do. So it's not just about coming to university and studying one specific subject, it's about developing yourself as that whole person, that rounded student who can go out and achieve.